Well, hello there, Capricorn. How are you? It's always so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your end of 2025 reading. This is for October, November, and December. We'll take a look at the overall energy, and then we'll go into the energy of each of the 3 months. So let's jump into it. Let's see what's on the horizon for you. Okay, you have Wasp Spirit. Sometimes life stings. Now, this is interesting because it's the number 64, and 6 plus 4 equals 10. It's the energy of 10 of swords, okay? Now, I don't feel like you're actually going to have the 10 of swords in these next 3 months. This is the energy of completely eliminating the energy of the 10 of swords. So 2025 is a 9-year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. So we're at the end of a 9-year cycle. These next 3 months are about allowing ourselves to clear out the energy of the last 9 years and being very discerning about what we're taking forward with us in 2026, which is a 1 year. It starts a new 9-year cycle. 1 years are years that we plant new seeds. And I feel like there's some heavy energy here from the past. It could be within the last 9 years. So it could be 9 years ago, right? But allowing yourself, or 10, because we have the number 10 here, but allowing yourself to say, okay, it's time to allow myself to leave that at the door. Check it at the door before I go forward. Yeah, valiant courage. Okay, so I'm getting kind of like a strong message here. This is about allowing yourself to recognize you are putting the end to something, okay? And I feel like it's the end of something that you've been kind of dragging with you, okay? This is a little bit of the energy, to tell you the truth, Capricorn. This is a little bit of the energy of recognizing what do you have in your environment, okay, or in your life that really and truly, okay, it is no longer has the energy of what it is that you want for yourself in 2026 and beyond. So there's a strong message that's kind of coming through. This could mean it's time to clean out those closets. This could mean it's time to declutter your home. I mean, like brutal decluttering with this valiant courage, right? I'm going to tell you, I have done this over and over again. I don't think you can do it just one time, okay? You have to keep going back over and over again. But this is the energy of allowing yourself to get really honest with yourself. What people, what situations, what things, material things do you have in your life that are sucking you dry of your time, your energy, your resources, and your love? And allowing yourself to cut cords with it. There is something about really cutting cords. You're holding on to something that is just draining you, right? Or the resentment, the negative energy around a difficult ending that you've had, especially in the last 9 years. But it's like, okay, time to just cut the cord. That's all I can say. This is like almost like, oh yeah, you definitely want something new. It's about allowing yourself to recognize that when you cut the cord with this, you're going to gain this sense of peace. There's something about asking yourself, are you not allowing this to let go of, sometimes we hold on to things, okay? Because it's kind of like when we're holding on to those things, we're recognizing that it's out of fear. Fear I may need it sometime at some point in the future, right? So I'm just going to hold on to everything, but understanding that that is a sign that you haven't allowed yourself to heal from the trauma, right? Allowing yourself to say, no, I have the courage to allow myself to let go of things, of situations, of mindsets that just really and truly are disturbing my peace, are not allowing me to, everything we own is holding energy. So the more stuff that we have around us, the less the less energy we have for ourselves. I really recognize this because I was doing some redecorating in another room in my house. So I had put some stuff in my bedroom, and I had, I was being very conscious of, how having more stuff in my room was going to affect my energy while sleeping. So I had put it in there very nice and neatly, and I just recognized, wow, this is really preventing me from getting good sleep, right? It's kind of like, that's why it's important, whether we want to admit it or not, we have to really practice good sleep hygiene. But making your bed, having your bedroom really decluttered, no, clothes cascading around the room and everything, right? The less that we have, you see, bringing a sense of peace of mind. Less is more. That's all I keep hearing. Less is more. This is a time for a new life. This is you are such on, allow yourself. I know, it takes courage. I've had to do it. I've had to do it myself. Especially if you've had a big life change in the last 9 years. I got divorced 8 years ago, and I have had to clean out over and over again, especially objects that you own. And that can be furniture, it can be clothing, it can be mementos, whatever, that keep reminding you of another time in your life. It is time. Look, it is time for something new. You're holding on to things that are preventing you. So that's why the courage card is here. It's preventing you from having a life of peace and joy. And I am going to tell you good stuff. Allowing yourself to recognize, I think you want a new life. Look, you have the Tower. You have the go the distance, right? The Fool card is here 3 times. Unbelievable. You are leaving a dark period of your life. The last 9 years could have been very detrimental, especially we had Pluto in your sign since 2008. You're going into a new life, but this is Spirit coming through and saying, Capricorn, you can't be taking this baggage, this energy from the things that have been difficult in your life. It is time to cut the cord. Have a cord cutting ceremony or cord pulling ceremony if it's people that you need to let go of, right? It's really and truly saying no contact. That person, I have to allow that energy I need to walk away from that energy. Mindsets, beliefs that no longer are in alignment with what you desire in the future. I feel like you're getting this new inspiration in October. It's kind of like, look, Ace of Wands and 2 cards of the Fool. What is it that I want starting in 2026? For some of you, you could be ending a significant relationship or changing jobs, changing careers, retiring. You're just like, okay, this is a new chapter in my life. I feel like a lot of you are feeling, 9 of Pentacles. What is it that I really and truly want in the next 9 years? Asking yourself, what do you want 9 years from now? Because 2026 is a 1 year. Asking yourself, what do you want in 2035? Where do you want to be? What goals, what accomplishments, what experiences, what traveling, what new relationships would you like to have in your life? Then recognizing you have to make room for that. You have to allow yourself to cut the cord, to get rid of the stuff that's holding you back, the mindsets, the literally the stuff. Yeah, you have the energy of really stepping into your power. King of Swords, making a clear-cut plan, taking back your power, right? Here's the Ace of Pentacles. This is the new life I want for myself. So what do I have to do? It's taking the courage to say, woo, clean out the trash. That is the energy here. And I know it's kind of hard. It's a little bit daunting perhaps, but I feel like you're getting fired up. you're getting fired up for what you want in 2026. And part of that is you recognize it is time to put the trash at the curb, whatever the trash represents to you, right? Because in November, you are understanding you're juggling too much. You're trying to juggle the energy of the old and the energy of what you want in the future. You're also kind of like holding your energy of moving forward back by thinking about the past. This is like cutting out, like, okay, I'm no longer going to be resentful of people of the past or the situation that I'm in at this time. It's kind of like, if I want new, I have to be new, right? If I want different things in my life, then I have to show up differently. I can't be living the past and the future at the same time. It's like you're almost juggling too much. Allowing yourself to say, well, do I want to go back to the past or do I want to go forward? That is your decision, right? And allowing yourself to recognize, if you want to go forward, you have to let go of the past. I think for some of you, you could have had third-party situations. You could be in a third-party situation. And that doesn't mean, it doesn't have to be like third-party in a romantic connection, but understanding, I'm not getting some situation or some person's 100% attention here, right? What is it that I really and truly desire? What do I believe in, right? Allowing yourself to cut out, your energy, right? Allowing yourself to detach from mindsets that are not going to put you in alignment with what you really and truly desire. It's almost like you're trying to, I feel like you've done a lot of awakening, a lot of I feel like this is kind of the direction I want to go in my life, but it's contradicting a little bit of your conditioned beliefs from childhood or the way you've lived your life all the way up to this. That's why it takes so much courage to say, no, I'm changing, making change in my life, right? And allowing yourself to say, yes, I definitely want to make change. This is you. I mean, I absolutely love it. You have the High Priestess, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Empress energy. I do want to point out, okay, that we have the Emperor and the Empress, but I feel like you're in this divine masculine energy at this time. This is the rules, a little bit of Capricorn energy. These are the rules I'm supposed to live by, right? And allowing yourself to say, whoa, those rules do not necessarily align with what I want to create for myself. So I have to allow myself to rewrite the rules. For some of you, you could have somebody, a significant person from the past, perhaps a romantic partner from the past that has left your life, right? Wanting to come back around. This is a crossroads decision, right? Do you want the past or do you want the future? And I'm going to say, I think it takes a lot of courage to say, I want something different. I want to go in the future, because part of you is like, I want to stay safe. This is you saying, wow, I have just been walking this tightrope for a long time. Saying I want something new, and yet allowing my energy to go back to something in the past, whether that's actually a person or a mindset or whatever. This is you. Like allowing yourself to break free. Look, you have the angels. This is for November, I think. There's a shift of understanding, right? What do I want? More of the past or going forward? Because in December, and we're coming into your birthday, season here, you have the Wheel of Fortune, okay, the fates, something that's destined on your path. You have the angels of the four directions coming in, helping you to take those steps. Knight of Pentacles is a slow energy, but it's doing something on a daily basis, but it's creating new habits. It's allowing yourself to move forward, to know, okay, if I'm going to literally put the past in the past, I have to take steps to move forward. That may mean cleaning out, cleaning out all the, I mean, I recognize this in myself, is that when I got divorced, there was furniture that I acquired through the divorce that I did love, okay, that I did love. So I was like, oh, this furniture is going forward with me because I love this furniture. But then I recognized, right? I sat with that for a few years. And then I was like, this furniture reminds me of my past, of my difficult divorce, of a life that no longer exists for me. That furniture reminds me of that. And I sold it. I sold all of it and I bought all new furniture for the new me, right? It's just kind of like sometimes what we have to recognize is that we do have to get real with ourselves. What is holding you back, right? What is holding you back from having the life that you really and truly desire? And being courageous and taking the steps, even the small steps, right, to move forward. Some of you might sit there and say, and I did, you can ask my friends, I sold all my furniture and I didn't know what I really wanted yet. I had no furniture in my house, literally, for about 6 months. It really took me about 6 months to really sit with, okay, what's my new style? I got rid of the old style. Now what's my new style? And I even got rid of the rugs. I got rid of everything. I had like a lamp and kind of like almost like a lawn chair. And that's about what I lived with. I allowed myself to get to that super empty state, right? So if you're thinking, well, I can't get rid of the old furniture until I go find the new, that's part of why you're stuck. Allowing yourself to have the courage. Get rid of the old. Make space for the new. And it all worked out perfectly. I went to a furniture store. They were having a sale. I hit a salesperson that just really was fabulous. She helped me to put it together. I had some pictures. I spent time, putting together pictures of things that I did like. And it was all delivered. And then all of a sudden my house had a new style to it, right? That I resonated with. That was part of the new me, okay? Allowing yourself to recognize. I did the same thing with my dishes. I loved the dishes that I had when I was married, and I acquired those in the divorce, right? So I had these dishes that I really loved. Then I was like, those dishes remind me of the past. I had to get really real with myself. And I sold all the dishes in a garage sale. I sold them all, and I went and I even said to the salesperson when I went to the store, I got divorced. I got rid of my old dishes. I need something that is not anything like that, right? Allowing yourself to recognize if you want a new life, you have to take action. You have to have courageous action to back that up. You have to recognize. It's not about, well, when I find the new dishes, then I'll get rid of the old. Well, then a lot of times what we do is we never actually take action on that, right? Because we have that safety net of, oh, well, I have dishes at home. But allowing yourself to get real, there's something here. You're getting fired up. You're getting real with yourself. You're understanding that you cannot move forward as long as you keep juggling the old and the new. It is time to clear out. You're going to be victorious. You really are. New people, new opportunities are coming into your life, right? Death. The death card, it signifies you are transforming. You are allowing the end to be the end and saying, okay, it is over. That, whatever that is, it was difficult. You gained a lot of wisdom and insight out of that. And strength, perseverance. It's about allowing yourself to say, it's given me the courage to move forward in a new direction, something that's aligned with what my heart truly desires. Wow. Okay, that was feisty. That was fiery. Capricorn, that was a fiery reading. Okay, let's pull a soul truth card for you for some final advice. And I do personal readings. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Okay, how can I deepen my trust right now? Okay, here's the thing. Sometimes when we're making these big shifts in our life, right? And I feel like you're really and truly wanting to step out of one way of life and into a new way of life, okay? Part of it is that we have to learn how to trust ourselves and trust the universe, especially if you're holding on, or I'm even going to use the word hoarding, okay? A lot of stuff in your home, because I keep getting images of closets that are brimming with things, or your garage or your house, whatever. It's allowing yourself to recognize that when we're holding on to that stuff, and I've been there, right? And I think we all are there at certain times in our life, right? And it's a continuous process of allowing ourselves to let go of things. So being gentle with yourself, but also understanding that when we're doing that, it's because we don't feel like we can trust ourselves to acquire or manifest what we may need in the future, or we don't trust the universe to provide. Okay, so our trust has been broken, and possibly because of a difficult ending, right? Could be in a financial, difficulty, could be the end of a relationship, right? Whatever it is. This is you allowing yourself to recognize that you can trust yourself. You can trust the universe to acquire what it is that you may need in the future. You can allow yourself to let go of material things, beliefs, what values that are no longer in alignment with where you want to go, that you will acquire what it is that your heart truly desires. It says trust, surrender, let go of the wheel. You can trust. You can trust yourself. Trust fully in yourself so that you can deepen your trust in others. Trust creates safety, and when we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. Let go and trust. Today, find your center in the chaos and be certain with yourself so you can deepen your trust in others. Trust, it begins with ourselves. When we make a commitment that we're going to do something on a daily basis, that could be making your bed, right? Drinking your water, exercising. It can be something small. With the Knight of Pentacles, it's doing those things on a daily basis and showing up for ourselves, making a commitment to ourselves and following through with that. That helps us to build trust with ourselves, which then helps us to build trust with others and trust with the universe. And I feel like this next 9 years is just a gift. It's a gift. When you allow yourself to be courageous and take the steps needed to move forward into a new chapter, allow yourself to let the past be in the past and move forward with a sense of peace and happiness and joy, curiosity. What is on my path ahead? Wow. And trust that it is good. Trusting. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Capricorn. Thank you so much for all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.